What is it we are supposed to do so that we don't end up in abusive situations? And what are the red flags? Because it's important. Our children are growing up, our viewers are watching. Maybe someone is about to jump into an abusive relationship and they do not know. They have
but
no
we love
idea.
ignoring red flags. We see them and you're like, oh my God, I will magically. Can we first of all change this narrative of I will change this man? I will change this man. While she talks about compatibility, can we women stop saying we can change somebody?
I think behavior, to your point, behavior is the best sign to show how somebody truly is as opposed to what they say. So maybe that's one of the things that we need to look at, is if somebody shows us their behavior, we need to believe them as opposed to what they are saying. I also think compatibility is, it's something that, you mentioned butterflies.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Butterflies in the stomach, and that's something that I guess we've all experienced.
Yeah.
Maybe the audience has experienced that.
Yeah.
And you see, inherently there's nothing wrong with that, but butterflies in the body, and some of the work that I do is it's body work with the sexuality side, is anxiety. Is anxiety a good thing if we look at it? I mean, some general anxiety to get things done, that nervousness before, I don't know, this show or anything else that you're doing is okay. But when it's, because there's a looming feeling that you're having constantly, it may not be a good thing. Red flags, another one. Why don't we have green flags? Instead of waiting for the red flags to happen, why don't we have some green flags? Where we understand what our values are, what our core beliefs are, what our expectations are, who we are in a relationship, because we know ourselves. We know exactly who we want. So we will focus very much on whether this person is hitting our green flags. Red flags take some time. 3 to 4 months to start seeing behavior change.
Yes.
Yeah. But green flags can be noticed straight away.
Instantly.
It's something that you can...
And what she's talked about, green flags, is very important. I tell people who are preparing maybe to get married or in a relationship, I tell them, have you actually discussed the core beliefs of the things that you are made of? Have you talked about the number of children you want? Or do you even want children? I don't want to be forced to be a mother if I don't want to be. You shouldn't force anybody to be a father if they don't want to be. Have you talked about religion? Say you're a Catholic and I'm an SD, or I'm an atheist and you're not. How does that work when our core beliefs, we don't have something that we share? In terms of core belief, how are we going to bring up? How are we going to stay in the house? Are we talking about education? Money? I don't understand why we even go all the way. By the time that you're talking this discussion, red flags have already been. How do you react when you're angry? Right?
Very important.
What's your love language? All these things are things that we need. And your love language is not my love language. Maybe my love language is touch. Okay, maybe my love language is being given gifts. Hello. And so all of these things are very important, and they are core to when a relationship is starting, because right now we're talking about GBV. And if you're talking about GBV, we're talking about things that are inherently have happened as a result of an upset relationship. And GBV wouldn't occur if at the very beginning of that relationship we had looked into these things. But we're looking into these things because, hey, I had butterflies in my stomach when I saw you. Sis, swallow those butterflies. Digest them today and say, I'm coming onto this thing sober. I'm looking at you and I'm like, yes, let's make decisions that are rational.
I have read somewhere, good thing we have the expert. She can break it down for us, that abuse is a cycle. They are abuse patterns, and when you grow up in an abusive environment, you are more likely,
you're
more prone to end up in an abusive relationship. Kathy,
your sons are more prone to being abusers, and daughters are more prone to looking for abusive partners.
Break it down for us, please. Tell us, please.
And this is the thing, and it's interesting how you said about love and how that can feel like it's a drug. Because it can be. I mean, in the addiction space, you can be an addict to love, you can be an addict to relationships, you can be an addict to sex.
What did you say?
Yes, love,
addicted to relationships.
Yeah, because addiction inherently is about the behavior. It's not about the substance. The drug of choice can be anything. It can be love, it can be anger, it can be silent treatment, it can be secrets. You know, this is all that gives us a high. So when we're chasing that high, we're never in the present, we're never connected to people that we love and that we care about. So we're, you know, we're always in that state of, I need to look for my next high.
Okay.
And this is what we...
Kunta is so horrified.
Yes,
by
I
my
am.
idea
Yes,
that
I am. I'm so horrified.
she had only ever looked at addiction as alcohol and drugs.
Alcohol and other drugs. Right now, I'm just thinking, maybe
what?
I'm addicted to something, which I can't say on air. Okay.
Well, because I mean, this is the thing. It's true. And if you think about the relationships, like, or when you're in a relationship, or if you're having problems, a lot of the time, statistically, you will wait a minimum of 6 years before you get help. 6 years. So that's 6 years of fighting, 6 years of silent treatment, 6 years of struggling. And most of the time when you're approaching a therapist, you've tried everything.
So that's approximately 18 years of
everything.
Of pain. Of absolute pain.
That is long.
And you know, in Kenya especially, therapy is still not as, you know, a recognized form of healing, of, you know, a pathway towards healing. I mean, we first look at therapy, we don't really think therapy, we first look at our parents, our friends, our church, before we ever think of going to a psychologist, because, you know, psychologists are for mad people. And I'm not mad. But yet the things that you're doing, as they say, what is insanity? Is the definition of doing the same thing and
expecting
different results.
Yes.